Good evening, it is 3 minutes past 6 and this is the XS Manchester Football Social, here with you till 7 o'clock tonight. 0345 111 7625. If you can get in touch tonight, we want to hear from you. Manchester City are off to Wembley. Ian Cheeseman has the latest as he was down there in Bristol. What an eventful game that was. We'll get the reaction from Ian very shortly. We're also speaking about Sanchez, of course, talking about him arriving at Old Trafford. And was it Clint Boone that taught him how to play the piano so well? Phil Neville has been in the headlines. We'll address that, as well as talking about Leeds' new badge. What a wonderful show this will be, because I've got two brand new games coming up for the gentleman in front of me. Well, one game that kind of I brought to the table, didn't really work, but I brought it back just for the hell of it. No, I'm not low on ideas. We'll have a transfer roundup as well coming up at 20 to 7, as well as previewing Yeovil against Manchester United, which is on Friday, if you heard the weather report. I got it right, yes.
Well done.
And also Manchester City's game on the weekend. But it also is time for you to have your say. If anything's caught your eye in the news and we're not talking about it, the football news, get in touch. 0345 111 7625. Find us on Twitter, IXS Manchester, or text us 87711. Gentlemen, I am joined by the blue side of Manchester. It's Ian Cheeseman.
Good evening.
And the red side is Alex Boardman.
Hiya.
We will get on to the United topics, the Sanchez, a brand new chant for him as well that a friend of mine has made. And Ian, we'll talk to you first. Bristol City game last night, a long drive down. Explain the journey down, the action that happened on the pitch, and how you're feeling about heading to Wembley.
The journey down was fairly straightforward, so there's not a lot to tell you on that, really. We stopped at Strensham services.
Strensham.
I thought you were going to bring the Ashton Gate gaggle.
Butty, yeah. But apart from that, it was fairly uneventful. We did stop at a pub called the Ashton, which had a lovely gate in front of it, and I tweeted out, "Is this really Ashton Gate?" and got stick for that on Twitter. But apart from that, no, fairly uneventful.
That was a joke that didn't work on Twitter, let alone
it's certainly not working
without the picture.
In terms of the game itself, well, they created a great atmosphere, as we knew they would, Bristol City, and obviously I'm a little bit biased because I know Lee Johnson and particularly know Dean Holden, who are the management team, and knew, and obviously Pep had said good things about that management team anyway. I knew they played the football the right way, they had a right goal, and actually over the two legs I think they were not unlucky to lose. I think this City deserved to win the tie, but they really credited themselves well and can hold their heads up high. And I don't mean that in a patronising way, and I'd like to see personally Bristol City get into the Premier League because they're such a huge city anyway, and I know it's not just about
and an
size of
amazing
catchment
city.
areas.
Bristol's one of my favourite cities. It's a brilliant night out in Bristol. It's got
You're reviewing the night.
honestly,
I think more Clifton's
nice
suspension
bars.
bridge and
as an away day, it would be. It's like what Manchester used to be like in the late 80s, early 90s. That's the vibe.
Yeah, well, Bristol's love it. I went on holiday with a group of strangers from Bristol. Do you remember that mad story?
They were strange.
Oh, go on my Twitter feed. Now, Ian, you're on your way to Wembley, and it's just the League Cup, though, as many City fans were saying about United fans. Does it excite you?
Going to Wembley, I mean, it could be the first of 6 trips that City make to Wembley this year.
He told me this stat. He brought the stat. The stat
Alex
man, Ian.
think about this because he'll be thinking, what was he talking about?
City could go to Wembley.
Possible semis, etc. I was going to say they should be excited because the last trophy they've won in maybe the last 3 or 4 years is the League Cup. So you should not disrespect that trophy.
Yeah, you shouldn't. So tell us then, Ian, about the 6 times City can head to Wembley.
Well, of course, they're going to go to Wembley in the League Cup final. They'll be going there to play Tottenham in the league.
2.
They could be there in the semi-final and the final of the FA Cup.
3, 4.
They could play Tottenham in the Champions League.
5.
And they could even draw them away in the FA Cup in the 5th or 6th round of the competition.
Wow,
6. Oh, well.
And possible replays, 7.
No, because the replay wouldn't be at Wembley.
No, the replay of the FA Cup final.
There is no replay.
Oh, is it
of the
go
FA
straight
Cup.
to penalties?
And
Come on, Alex. What year? I don't remember.
I'll be honest,
in FA
my head
Cup.
is still stuck in about 2003. The last time I went to Bristol.
Yeah, Bristol took your head.
They're in the final of this now, which is what they wanted to achieve. It'll be interesting to see what they do now at Cardiff on Sunday as to whether, having got to a final, they think, don't need to necessarily put our strongest team out, or whether Pep just wants to win everything and just going to go with his strongest team. Bear in mind, City play West Brom the following Wednesday, and then a trip to Burnley. So it's whether you can do that with your squad regularly. But
didn't City have Burnley in the last round of the FA Cup?
They did, yeah.
And I think he rotated quite a bit then, didn't he?
that might make it encourage him, you could argue, but I think there'll be a tougher prospect on the road.
Possibly, but it almost felt to me like he'd got his sights more on the League Cup, as, you know, if he's going to get a domestic cup, because the league's pretty much gone, isn't it? And then to keep the Champions League alive, and I think you need to keep... We always needed to do that, you know, when we were fighting on all fronts. You need to get the fringe players playing.
Some of the games have been rearranged for television today, and when you're actually writing them on the diary and you realise the sequence of events, now City will be playing at Wembley against Chelsea or Arsenal. The midweek after they play Arsenal, the following weekend they play Chelsea. And obviously you look ahead, if City United both beat Basel and Seville in the Champions League and play each other in the quarterfinals of the Champions League, the two legs will straddle the Manchester League derby.
Wow.
So suddenly you
could
start
have 3 derbies in the matter of 10 days.
Some fixture pile-up coming up.
I'll tell you what, it's going to be a very juicy end to the season. If the league's over, the matches will keep coming, so there'll be battles to be won on the pitch, and we'll be here every weekday from 6 till 7 talking all about it, because we absolutely love it. Now let's move on to, gentlemen, we haven't spoke to you about the Sanchez deal yet. First of all, I want to bring you a little chant that the lottery winners, who are a Manchester band, want to get in the stands. Mixed opinions about the fact that it's an Oasis song, but here's a little chant, Alex, and see if you could catch on to this at Old Trafford, see if it works for you.
We need a better Sanchez chant. Some of you ain't going to like this because it's by Oasis, and the City fans will shut up. So Sanchez can play the Mourinho way. Can you hear City cry? Home and away. He won't go back to Arsenal, I heard him say. So Sanchez,
what are you thinking? Are you thinking it was catching on?
No, I don't want to. I don't want to be unsupportive of a new local band, but
home and away. He won't go back to Arsenal, I heard him say.
No, I don't think an Oasis song will catch on.
That's
frankly.
from Thomas Rylance. He is the lead singer of the Lottery Winners.
I've got a song for you here that
here we go.
Singing last night.
now, let's keep it clean.
It's
6 till 7.
Don't worry, it's clean. See if this picks up for you.
Is Sanchez going to Wembley? Is the egg? Is Sanchez going to Wembley? Is Sanchez going to Wembley? Is Sanchez going to Wembley? Is the egg?
There you go. That's the alternative Sanchez song tonight.
Well, ironically, he'll be there on the 31st of January, won't he, when we play Tottenham.
A week today, he will be at Wembley. So, Sanchez signed for United. Happy fan.
Well, 2 weeks ago, I was here with Cheesy, and we were talking about him. It was almost a foregone conclusion he was going to City. And you thought that, I thought that. We were supposedly after Lucas Moura. Then the rumour came out, possibly we were interested, and you know, he's been a great player in a poor Arsenal team for the last 2-3 seasons. Absolutely outstanding. If he'd have gone to City, I was thinking, wow, that makes it a real summer where we'll be playing catch up. We're going to have to sign 4 or 5 absolute world-class players, and you look at who we've got, and he fits right in. He's a massive improvement.
Yeah, he does fit right in. So who moves out?
Well, Ibra's not playing very much anyway for a start, so there's one.
Yeah. Who in the current lineup
Mata
makes way for...
Mata can make way for him.
So where do you play him then?
The only 2 in that front line who don't make way, Lukaku, because he does something no one else does, and Martial, because he's on fire at the minute. He could play anyway. He could play as a number 10, he could play on the right wing. He could. I think him and Martial will probably just both play either side of Lukaku and keep swapping.
Just a question, serious question. Where does that leave Rashford?
Rashford's fine. Rashford's 20. Rashford's not a problem. He'll still be there for a year or 2. He'll still get his minutes. He's played in every game this year. I keep hearing that about, Mourinho don't bring talent. He's been fine with Rashford. He's had a dip in form. Rashford will be great. He not a problem for Rashford.
Great quote from Sanchez this week, saying that it always been his boyhood dream to play for Manchester United, and he's now fulfilled that dream. Although, seriously, he did say that when he signed for Arsenal and also Barcelona. So he's fulfilled his 3 boyhood dreams now. I wonder who his 4th one will be.
Yeah.
We're going to go to the phones. Rob is on line 1. Rob, Leeds fan. Tell me about the first time you set eyes on your brand new badge.
Yeah, of all the embarrassing days I have had as a Leeds fan, I opened up Twitter today, thought I'd have a little peruse of the news. You know, I thought Donald Trump might have been up to something awful, but no, it was much, much worse.
If to people who haven't seen it, can we all describe it as a collective here? So you've got the badge, a kind of standard badge with Leeds United in the top bit of the corner. Then what
almost like a flattened off Comic Sans font.
Yeah. What can you describe underneath the Leeds United font?
It's a little cartoon of like a headless torso doing the Leeds salute that looks like it was drawn by a GCSE student on Microsoft Paint.
So, I mean, when you first see it, what goes through your mind? What is this a joke?
Firstly, I didn't know we needed a new badge. I thought we needed a new centre forwards, but apparently this is the most important issue we had at the club. Well, then, it's baffling because I thought it was a joke when I first saw it. I did not think that was a legitimate suggestion any sane adult would make for a football club's badge. I was baffled. I've never seen anything like it. It's awful.
So you didn't even have any idea it was that they were going to change it?
No idea it was brewing. No idea it was brewing. There was something that was mentioned earlier, like in passing in a press conference or something, and then it's just happened. And they say they've had this consultation, right? This is what they're justifying it on. They consulted 10,000
10,000 people.
Yeah, I've seen the consultation, right? What they sent out is just this questionnaire where it's like, what things are iconic about Leeds? And one of the things they said was the Leeds salute. No one said, make a drawing of it, the badge. No one has seen the badge. Right, we like the Leeds salute because it's like a little secret between fans, right? If you see another Leeds fan about, right, you give them a Leeds salute, it's a little like a nod and a wink, like, oh, me too, I know I've made the same terrible choice with my life, right? It's a little thing between us. But, it's cheapened that. It feels horrible. I hate it.
I can't help thinking as well, and I know we are all guilty of reading too much into these things, but it does look a little bit like a political salute. I can understand how two Leeds fans might... Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. I can understand two Leeds fans, and it's a bit like talking about the Twitter before and saying out of context.
Yeah.
You look at that as somebody from another country, let's say, and you go, what's all that about?
Exactly.
You know?
For anyone who's not seen it, the Leeds...
It looks like a white bloke thumping his chest.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's like Hail Caesar. They used to do that, didn't they, in ancient Rome, where you put your right fist to your left breast, and I'm like, it sort of looks to me a bit like, not in FIFA, in Pro Ev, when they don't afford to have the proper badges or the team names and stuff. It's like somebody's made a dodgy version.
Mate, Villa have already tweeted. The official Aston Villa account has tweeted a meme where they've changed their badge to be in the same style and said West Midlands Village versus Yorkshire City, right? Like in the old Pez style. We're convinced by Villa. I've seen a meme from Zamalek SC.
Yeah.
Do you even know where they're from?
No, I know Zenit have done one as well. Zenit have done one.
No, we're all laughing stock again.
Tell us quickly, Rob, just about Leeds. How's your season going? Is it all right on the pitch?
Yeah, well, it's been going all right. That's the thing, since Radrizzani's taken over, it's actually the club's been moving in the right direction. Like, we've got a decent side. We're a couple of players short, but we've played well at times. We've got Samuel Saiz, who is the best player in the division when he's not spitting at people. Pontus Jansson's amazing still. We're doing all right. But luckily, just before I came on air, Leeds have said they're reopening the consultation into the badge. We don't need a consultation.
Have they? They've just said that? Has that just come in?
Said that. I've just got it on Twitter, yeah.
Really?
Cheesy's just got it up.
You can hear the MD's just giving a press conference and being like, yeah, sorry.
The reason they've done this badge change, apparently, is because it's 100 years it's the centenary of Leeds United.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
And
what a way to
what a way to celebrate it. Rob, Rob, can you be our regular Leeds man? You come on whenever there is news of the badge change.
Yeah, whenever it's been terrible happens at Leeds United, which I'll see you next week.
Yeah, I'll see you later, Rob. There is
Thanks, Rob.
Leeds fan, caller, what a man. Rob there, and that just sort of sums up what many Leeds fans will be thinking.
It reminds me of the old days of City.
So, Ian, you're
when the next thing goes wrong.
Well, you've only just had a new badge last season.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, Ian. What was it like when you were first shown the new City badge?
Well, let me put it into context for you, because we were going to get Gary James on, who's the club historian, but he's obviously driving. I can't get hold of him. So I'll explain to you briefly. He'd do it a lot better than I would. But City had a badge, which it was a round badge, which had the three rivers on it. and the ship, and all the traditions really of Manchester being it and everything like that. And what happened was, way back in the day, City hadn't copyrighted the badge, so it meant anybody could make this stuff. So when a different era of a new start to City came in, they decided that they had to have a copyrighted badge. So they designed a new badge, and it was the one with the eagle on it, and it was, the one that they wore until 2 or 3 years ago, and that was done to protect the copyright. But then, when the new owners came in from Abu Dhabi, they took very seriously the traditions of the club, and they consulted Gary, who's a very well-known historian, Dr. Gary James, I should give him his full title, who looked into the history. He knew it anyway, I know, but he looked into the history, consulted with fans in much the way that they're talking about the Leeds fans here, 10,000 of them, and said, what matters to you? And City fans wanted to return. It is a long consultation to the traditions of Manchester in the badge. So they came up with the badge, which wasn't massively different to how it used to be, but just enough of it to be able to copyright it. And so you could argue it's gone back to the traditional Manchester City badge, very much centric on the city of Manchester. And although it takes a bit of time when you have a new badge and you think, why have they done that? And even I was a bit questioning at first. Now it's settled down.
Yeah, it looks...
that is better.
It looks classy. The City badge looks classy. You never know. You never know when badges change. People don't like change, though, do they? Is anyone up for another game? You don't have a choice. It's game time. Okay, so here's what we did. Last week, I told you...
Paper, yeah.
No, it's all right. It's one by one. Last week, I told you... we played a game where I give you 2 footballers, and you have to tell me which one had most appearances in the Premier League. Now I'm going to give you 2 footballers, and you've got to tell me which one has scored the most goals in the Premier League. Alex, we'll start with you. Cristiano Ronaldo or Eric Cantona?
Ronaldo.
You are correct. And we will go then to... he scored 84, by the way. And we will go to you, Ian. Torres or Solskjaer?
So Fernando Torres.
Fernando Torres, sorry.
No, Billy Torres from
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. 91.
Well, with him getting 2 United players, I thought I was going to get 2 City.
No.
It's Torres or Solskjaer? I'd say Solskjaer.
Solskjaer? You are correct, 91. 1-1. We're going to go to you, Alex. Van Nistelrooy or Harry Kane?
Van Nistelrooy. Sorry. Let's go. He's just broke all kind of records, hasn't he? Kane. And I'll go Kane.
96. It's Kane.
Yeah.
It's Kane. We'll go to you. It's 2 United players. There's no City players in this quiz. I didn't make it up. 109. Paul Scholes or Ryan Giggs? That's for you, Ian.
I'd have to go with Giggs, I think.
You're going to go with Giggs? You are correct. Now, Alex, this is your final one. So if you get this right, you smashed it. Robbie Keane or Nicholas Anelka?
Robbie Keane.
144 goals. This is your next one, Ian. Sergio Aguero or Robin Van Persie?
Sergio Aguero.
You know Sergio Aguero for the draw, bringing us into the next round. It's Robin Van Persie, which means 3-2. Alex, you are the winner.
Brilliant.
Any words or
no?
anything?
I'm happy about that. My terrible showing in the last one.
Yeah, we'll be more of that next week. One more for fun.
Yeah.
Top one more for fun. Shout out. I'll give you this. Let's see. Frank Lampard or Steven Gerrard?
Lampard.
You both are correct. Gentlemen, thank you very much for taking part in another ridiculous game.